Welcome to this story. Today, I want to tell you a calm and interesting story about a young man named Daniel. Daniel lived in a very small village. The village was quiet and peaceful. There were green fields, small houses, and a long road that went through the center of the village. Every morning, Daniel woke up early. He helped his father in the fields. They grew vegetables and fruits. Life was simple, but Daniel often looked at the long road and wondered what was waiting far away. Daniel was curious about the world. He liked listening to stories from travelers. Sometimes people passed through the village. They talked about big cities, tall buildings, bright lights, and many opportunities. Daniel listened carefully. One evening, he sat near the old tree behind his house. The sunset painted the sky with orange and red colors. Daniel said quietly to himself, "One day I will travel that road." But leaving the village was not easy. His parents loved him very much. They wanted him to stay safe. Daniel also felt afraid. The world outside was big and unknown. But deep in his heart, he felt a strong desire to discover something more. Days passed, weeks passed, and one morning, Daniel finally made a decision that would change his life forever. Early in the morning, Daniel packed a small bag. Inside the bag, he put some bread, a bottle of water, and a small notebook. His mother hugged him tightly. His father looked at him with serious eyes, but also with pride. Daniel started walking along the long road that left the village. At first, everything felt exciting. The road went through forests, hills, and rivers. Birds were singing. The wind moved gently through the trees, but traveling was not always easy. One night, Daniel had to sleep outside near a small fire. Another day, he lost his way in a forest. He felt tired and sometimes lonely, but every challenge made him stronger. One afternoon, Daniel met an old traveler sitting beside the road. The traveler smiled and said, "The road teaches many lessons." Daniel sat beside him and listened carefully. That meeting changed Daniel's way of thinking about life and the journey ahead. Daniel continued his journey with new energy. During his travels, he met many different people. A farmer who taught him patience, a fisherman who showed him the value of calm thinking, and a kind woman in a small town who gave him food and a place to rest. Every person shared a small lesson. Daniel started writing these lessons in his notebook. He realized that the journey was not only about reaching a destination, it was about learning and growing. One day, Daniel arrived in a large city. The city was noisy and busy. Cars moved quickly, people walked fast. At first, Daniel felt overwhelmed, but slowly he began to understand the rhythm of the city. He found small jobs, he learned new skills, and step by step, he built a new life. Years passed. Daniel was no longer the young boy from the quiet village. He had become confident, wise, and strong. But he never forgot where he came from. One day, he decided to travel back to his village. When he arrived, the fields were still green and the road was still long and quiet. His parents were older now, but their smiles were the same. Daniel shared stories from his journey. He told the children of the village about courage, kindness, and patience. Daniel understood something important. Sometimes we must leave home to discover who we really are. But home always lives in our heart, and every road we walk becomes part of our story. Before we finish this story, let's think about something important. Daniel's journey teaches us a simple but powerful lesson. Life is like a long road. Sometimes the road is easy and peaceful, but sometimes it is difficult and full of challenges. When we face problems, it is easy to feel afraid. It is easy to think about giving up, but every challenge is also an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Daniel was not the strongest person, he was not the smartest person in the world, but he had something very important. He had courage. Courage does not mean you are never afraid. Courage means you continue moving forward even when you feel afraid. Maybe you also have a dream. Maybe you want to learn English. Maybe you want a better life, a better job, or new opportunities. Remember this, small steps every day can change your future. Just like Daniel, you do not need to do everything at once. Start with one small step. Learn a few new words. Listen to one story. Practice a little every day. Over time, these small steps become a long and beautiful journey, and one day you may look back and realize that you have traveled very far. So keep learning, keep trying, and never stop believing in yourself. Your story is still being written. Thank you for listening.